last point I want to make before I take any kind of questions. Because I do what I do, there are people that submit to me information all the time. What I'm telling you was submitted to the GBI, but there were a number of people that had come in contact with this officer. And this officer was going around literally bad-mouthing me is too light of a word. That's the only phrase I can use on public television. But it shows that there was a disdain for me and the work that I do. There were comments that this man made that I target police when that is so far from the truth. I'm not anti-police, I'm anti-bad policing. So when it comes to people like me and my comrades around the country, a lot of times that there are retaliatory tactics that we face. And on January 29th, it's quite clear that I was met with those retaliatory tactics on behalf of Corporal Solomon Muhammad. Again, he must be fired. He must be charged. His post-certification must be snatched, because let's not forget, reported by AJC, he used to be a former Atlanta police officer that had a case dealing with domestic violence. You can research that for yourself. He came to the city of South Fulton on March of 2020. We have a rogue officer that already had a disciplinary record. Now the proof is in the pudding. This man must be fired. His certification must be snatched. He must be charged. He must be convicted. He must be sentenced properly. And he must be used as an example for what we do not want in the city of South Fulton, what we do not want in the state of Georgia, and what we do not want across this nation. With that, if there are any questions.
Mr. Coleman, as you were walking up, you were already recording on your cell phone. Were you anticipating a confrontation?
Not at all. What I was doing is, it behooves us, our teachings and what we teach is, officers have body cams, we have cameras. What we teach is, if officers don't have body cams, we have cameras. The taping of that was not any anticipation of confrontation. The taping of that was for my safety. Having no clue that I would be caught up in this type of confrontation, but I'm extremely glad. I don't think things are happenstance. I'm extremely glad for my teachings, because with his doctored report on what happened, mixed with his partially obstructed body cam, if I had not taped the encounter leading up to this, there's no telling where we might be. We might be in some of the same situations that we see all across the country, where people get maimed or even murdered by officers, and then they are allowed to walk free. So no, ma'am, again, I did not anticipate any type of confrontation. That is just something that my teachings geared me to do. And it's important to note, too, the amount of distance that I kept during the initial question, during the initial back and forth. I'm just thankful that I had the wherewithal, ma'am, to even record that. I think that ultimately will be my saving grace.
Do you have the complete GBI report that you have?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm glad you said that. As of this morning, we have put in a request to meet with District Attorney Bonnie Willis and her team. We have also put in a separate request to meet with Chief Meadows along with Mayor Edwards of South Fulton and their respective teams. That meeting will be to go over thoroughly this GBI report. I want to make clear the reason why we're standing in front of the District Attorney's office, because that's how serious this matter is to me. We have an opportunity here to prevent a tragedy prevent a tragedy of more serious nature. I don't want to make light of what happened to me, but considering this officer's previous record with the Atlanta Police Department, and considering what was captured with the encounter with me, I wanted to make sure that it's understood. I'm not just happy with a reprimand. I'm not just happy with an administrative reprimand, even if that's a firing of this officer by the city of South Fulton. We wanted to come here to the District Attorney's office because we wanted to be known this officer must be charged. This officer must be charged. Assault and battery by officers against citizens who are simply inquiring about a public safety issue. That approach an officer respectfully, professionally, and giving them adequate, double the amount of distance needed to perform their duties, should not be allowed to wear a badge again, but more importantly, he should feel the extent of the law which he was supposed to protect and serve and uphold. So that's why we're standing in front of the district attorney's office. We understand that it is on her. After receiving the report a week ago last Monday, it is on her to make the decisions whether there will be any criminal charges moving forward or not. We also understand that Chief Meadows is tasked with making the decision whether there'll be any administrative issues. And as I just stated, we reached out to their offices via email this morning to secure a meeting with both entities, and we look forward to their response. If there are no more questions, we really thank you guys for coming. Again, I join my comrades across the nation in our fight for better policing. We know that the disparities as it relates to black, brown, and low-income folks, the disparities of excessive force, the disparities of falsification of documents, the disparities of over-policing, period. People are tired, man. People are tired of getting harassed because of the color of their skin. People are tired of getting harassed because of the police culture, whether it's a black officer, white officer, pink officer, fuchsia. We want them to uphold their oath to protect and serve and don't be selective when it comes to whatever communities that they're doing it in. And again, in our new 4-year city of South Fulton, where we claim that we are going to come out the gate and be better than other municipalities, here's an example for them to show and prove that that statement is accurate. This officer must be fired, and Miss Willis, District Attorney Willis's officer, must be charged.